Well, Mac, week 3 in the books, and there's a whole lot of people going, "Oh, come on!" Yeah, both of us. I think. Man, that is. I'm not going to say the strangest week, because I think every week we say that.
Yeah.
But a lot of surprises.
Yeah, it was. It was very intriguing.
There's nothing that happened that I think most people planned on.
No.
All the given studs this week kind of laid an egg.
Yeah.
Some guys you didn't even know if they were going to play.
Yeah.
Came out and showed out.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
A lot of the great decisions made, but just...
I'm pretty sure NFL coaches hate fantasy people.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, there's no excuse for some of the things that happened that nobody saw coming. I mean, the DeMarco Murrays and the Jordan Howards. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Absolutely confusing, mind-blowing. Hey, welcome back. Next episode of Fantasy Headliners. Coming at you week 4 waiver wire edition. We got quite a few names. We're going to run through them here. Give you guys a few notes on each of them.
Yeah.
Some of these guys are deeper leagues, but these are all people that are 30% owned or less. So by all means, hop out there, see if you can grab them, and hopefully give yourself some depth on your roster.
Yeah. And a better week 4.
Yeah, week 4 is always going to be better than week 3.
Yeah.
Who's the first one you got on your list, Mac?
Oh, man. Well, I like this kid, man, out of Tennessee, Mr. Rashard Matthews. Yesterday he had 10 targets, 87 yards, and a TD. And he's been proven to be, one of Mariota's favorite targets, especially with, the rookie.
With Corey Davis out.
Yeah, we don't know how long his injury is going to be plaguing him. So, they still have Eric Decker, running game, the exotic smash mouth, whatever that means.
Whatever.
Yeah, so.
I've given up on that backfield.
Yeah.
Just when I thought it was Henry's turn.
Yeah.
DeMarco says, I'm still here.
Yeah. Old man DeMarco.
Yeah, that's right. Half a hamstring and all. He was running.
Yeah. I thought they were going to pop one time, both of them.
Yeah. Jiffy pop.
But yeah, I like Rashard Matthews a lot. Again, like I said, he's very consistent, and he's really carrying over, from the things he was doing last year. So if he's on your way where I'll definitely pick him up.
Yeah, Rashard Matthews, solid wide receiver. Somebody you can plug and play and get consistent production out of.
Yes.
One guy I saw there towards the end of the game, Foreman in Houston. Mm-hmm. That split between him and Lamar Miller is starting to get closer and closer to a 50-50 split.
Yeah.
He had 8 carries for 25 yards, 2 receptions for 65. Nothing flashy, but it just shows that he's starting to inch his way into a bigger workload.
Yeah.
Look for that in the coming weeks. Foreman definitely is going to have some standalone value here pretty soon, especially with Lamar Miller not doing anything to keep his job. Donta's going to start taking carries away.
I agree. I got a guy down here in North Kakalaki, representing the home state, which I don't think he's from here, but anyway, he plays here. No. Devin Funchess.
Honey Funchess of Oats.
Yeah, with the injury to Mr. Kelvin Benjamin. I think Devin, and plus, not having Olsen. So it's kind of hard to say because I'm not really happy with Cam's performance right now. Mm-hmm. But, if Cam happens to remember how to throw the ball, then Devin Funchess.
I'm pretty sure Cam just doesn't have that confidence back.
Yes.
I don't know if he's hurting or if he just doesn't trust it or if he's scared to get hit, but he does not look.
He doesn't look good at all. So, and all the talent's there.
Mm-hmm.
Side note, I really like Cam as a player and stuff like that, man, and hopefully he'll get it together. But if he does, Devin Funchess is probably somebody that you want on your lineup because, like I said, the target's got to go somewhere. Mm-hmm. Christian McCaffrey, of course, is going to eat up some targets, but Devin Funchess is a proven wide receiver, so I definitely look for him.
And another guy that I know that's not on our list, but now that we're talking about Carolina, is just keep an eye on Curtis Samuel.
Yeah.
He looked pretty good yesterday. He was quick, speedy guy. Mm-hmm. Him and McCaffrey 1A, 1B when it comes to quick little gadgety type players. But just keep an eye on him. Mohamed Sanu in Atlanta. Yeah. Lots of reports preseason that they were really happy with Mohamed Sanu. And he came out, nothing flashy yesterday, 4 for 28, but a touchdown. He's getting red zone looks. He's getting more red zone looks than Julio's getting. It's just something to pay attention to. And in a high-powered offense like Atlanta, if you're looking for a wide receiver, Sanu also gives you that that high floor.
Yeah.
He can go out there and get you 8 to 10 from a flex spot in a pinch if you need it.
Oh, yeah. A guy I like is Adam Humphries in Tampa Bay. He was kind of a guy that a lot of people, even myself, forgot about last year, how important he was to that offense. And I know they have a lot of key pieces that they added this year with D-Jax and, the rookie tight end. But Adam Humphries has proven that he's consistent. Yes, Sunday he had 10 targets for 68 yards. And he's a third-year receiver. I have a huge thing about these third-year guys, so.
It's almost like an unhealthy obsession that
it is, man, but it's a theory that's been working throughout the fantasy world. But I buy into it, man. A lot of these third-year guys are destined to break out. Mm-hmm. And Adam Humphries, like I said, he's 10 targets is a lot of targets, especially in that high-powered offense. So if he's out there, definitely take a look at him as well.
Yep. Sterling Shepard. Is one I got. All of a sudden, in the second half yesterday, it's like the Giants woke up.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just because Odell is healthier or just the way things fell into play, but, Sterling Shepard yesterday, 7 catches for 133 and a touchdown.
Yeah.
And this, more than anybody I think we're going to talk about, I could see sustaining.
Right.
Because he's the number 3 option in New York.
Yes.
Brandon Marshall got going this weekend.
Yep.
So you got Odell and Brandon Marshall on the outside, which are going to command a ton of respect.
Yeah.
Sterling Shepard's going to live in that middle crossing route all season long, and he's got the speed and ability to break one of these often.
Yeah. To me, I think he might be the true number 2.
I think he may be,
but
he's playing in the slot.
Yeah.
So, he's getting all that space in the middle with those guys taking everything to the outside. Sterling Shepard's solid.
Yeah, I definitely like him.
Yeah, take a look at him.
I have a kind of a deep sleeper waiver wire pick. This kind of pretty much plays in the hands of the Hunt owners. Charkandrick.
Easy for you to say.
Exactly. West. He's not a flashy guy by no means, but within that Reed offense, he's a key cog, man. Especially if Hunt goes down. Hunt's a rookie.
Hunt is amazing.
He's
the guy
phenomenal.
I played this week had Hunt, so I hated Hunt for the week.
Yeah.
But just watching that kid play,
man.
He is, and a lot of it is the system he's in.
Yeah.
Kansas City committed to the run, getting all the opportunities, but man, he's exciting to watch.
Yeah. I liked him coming out of college, and even in preseason. I mocked it a million times, and he always fell to me. So I was very disappointed that I didn't get him this year, and now there's no way to get him.
Yeah, and as much as I enjoyed him, he's busting that big run in the fourth quarter yesterday, and all I can do is find myself going, "No,
yeah,
no!" I'm just like yelling at the screen.
Yeah,
my poor kids ran upstairs; they had no idea what was going
on.
Another backup though, another handcuff that's starting to get some work.
Yeah.
And this was a big shock, I think, to a lot of people yesterday. Jamal Charles.
Right.
He got more carries yesterday than C.J. Anderson did. C.J. looked like he was the bell cow for the year, coming out 20, 25 touches a game.
Yeah.
Looked great. He was second in the league in rushing. Didn't do anything wrong. And I've been looking all morning. I still don't think he did anything wrong to lose carries. Charles came out. He looked like the old Jamal Charles. 9 carries for 56 and a touchdown.
Yeah.
That's vintage Jamal.
Yeah.
And it's almost getting to that point where that backfield's going to get a little, clustered because Booker's coming back.
Yeah.
If not this week, next week. Charles is getting the carries. CJ's getting the carries. It could turn into another 3-headed monster like Cincy.
Yeah. I agree. And since you said something about somebody coming back, and I can't remember in our pre-show if we talked about him, but somebody wanted to add, man, is Mr. Willie Snead.
Willie Snead, Slick Willie.
Yeah. You want to kind of be ahead of the curve on him because he'll be coming off suspension, if I'm not mistaken, this week. And Drew Brees is going to throw that ball.
Yep. And New Orleans started to look really good this weekend.
Yes, indeed.
They made a very good Panthers defense look not so very good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and then plus, oh man, the Panthers got Mr. Thomas Brady coming up this week. So that might be 2 back-to-back. Yeah. But anyway.
What happened was.
Exactly. So, yeah, I had to throw Willie Snead in there real quickly. Brandon Oliver is another guy that I really like. Especially, it depends on the situation going on with Gordon. If that injury is going to be plaguing him, or he may miss just a tad bit of time, Brandon Oliver might be somebody you want to take a look at. He had 8 carries yesterday, 16 yards, 6 targets for 18. So, he's going to be used more in your PPR leagues and even in standard as far as passing is concerned. But he is a true handcuff. Mm-hmm. So if you're a Gordon owner, you might want to look at him as well.
Yep. And I knew this time was going to come. I know we talked about earlier in the week that I'm going to have to do this at some point. And now is the time. I'm just going to get it out there. I'm going to get it over with so I can get the taste out of my mouth.
There you go.
I mean, for 4 to 5 weeks preseason, I absolutely trashed Jared Goff.
Yeah.
I mean, funny pictures.
Yes.
I laid into Jared Goff pretty good.
Yeah.
I recant my Jared Goff hate.
Right.
The dude starts to look like he's putting it together. That offense... Yeah, I mean, I think watching the game, I think they called it the greatest show on surf.
Yeah.
I mean, it is. They're actually fun to watch.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Gurley looks like the rookie year Gurley.
Yep.
Sammy making ridiculous Willie Mays catches. I mean, they just looked all around good. I mean, hopefully Sammy can get back on the field. He is concussed.
Yeah.
But, I mean, good thing about them playing on Thursday.
Yeah.
He's got all the way till Sunday. He got those extra days to get cleared.
Yes.
But Jared Goff, all right, if you need a quarterback, Jared Goff has done nothing. No. I can't say he has done nothing wrong, but I mean, he's great. I mean, this is, a top 8 quarterback, depending on your scoring in your league.
Exactly.
This week, 292 yards, 3 touchdowns again.
Hey, numbers don't lie, man.
Numbers don't lie, and
it's pretty good.
He's done it for 3 games straight.
Yeah.
Got to give Jared Goff some credit.
Well, and after it becomes, 3 times, 1 or 2, okay, yeah, that could be luck or whatever, but 3 times it starts, to become a trend.
And he's actually getting better over those 3. So, I mean, he's actually started off great, and he's slowly getting better. And a lot of it is he does have talent around him now.
Oh, yeah.
But the talent's there already. So.
And McVay, like I said, man, McVay is, I don't always want to mention it, but, even with Gerald Everett, he was a guy that I chose to pick up this week. It didn't work out this particular game, but Gerald Everett's another guy that Sean McVay has even came out and said that he could see him as being his Reed. So he's got the talent. So I said all.
I mean, he's going to be injured like all the time.
Well, hopefully not.
So it's Jordan Reed without the injuries.
Jordan Reed without the injuries, just the talent part of it. But I just like McVay. I like his offensive mentality. And I think that goes and it plays hand in hand with Goff and, these other guys. So, yeah, I love that offense, man.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Lastly, I got a guy, Mr. Paul Richardson. He may be on, but if he's not, if you're in a 10-man league, somebody may have dropped him. He's somebody you want to look at, especially if Baldwin misses time. I think he's got a groin injury right now. But it just depends, little soft tissue injuries like that tend to plague, players who have to do a lot of cuts and things of that nature. So,
and they're going to have to rely on their passing game because their offensive line is so wishy-washy.
Exactly. Even though the running game's starting to pick up a little bit, a guy we mentioned and talked about in previous shows, Mr. Chris Carson, he looked decent yesterday, and I think the more they give him carries, I think it's going to help Russell look phenomenal.
I mean, you can't ask for anything else from Russell.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of it was, I can't call it garbage time because the game is close, but I mean, he was flinging that ball everywhere.
Yeah. Man, he looked great.
He looked really good. And I mean, I know a lot of people probably sat him this week.
Yeah.
Because of his first 2 weeks, and this is a perfect example of just because your studs struggle, you still got to play them.
Yeah, absolutely. So.
I know we mentioned the Saints a few players ago, and you're talking about Slick Willie. One person that's still not 30% owned, which is crazy to me, is Alvin Kamara, running back. He's more the pass-catching back. I think we've talked about him here numerous times before. People are not listening.
No.
Go pick up Alvin Kamara.
Yeah.
Peterson and Ingram are going to be mirror images for the most part.
Yeah.
Kamara's going to be involved every game. So Alvin Kamara only had 2 carries for 37 yards, but he had a touchdown also. So, I mean, and he is. Every time he's in there, he's explosive.
Yeah.
He's, brings like energy to that offense out of the backfield that, was Darren Sproles-esque
Yeah, absolutely.
With longer hair.
Yeah.
He got the long hair.
But yeah, man, it's certain teams you want a part of that offense, and of course, New Orleans is definitely one. You got your Patriots and so on and so forth. But yeah, New Orleans is going to be high scoring all year because they can't stop anybody on defense.
Unless they're Cam Newton. They can stop Cam.
Yeah. But yeah, I definitely agree. I like Alvin.
It was crazy, too, as I was doing some research, finding out what percentage these people were owned.
Mm-hmm.
I came across a guy we talked to about 2 weeks ago,
and
then we talked about him last week, and now he's on our list again.
Yep.
And so I'm going through all the player names, and I come across this one as less than 30, and made me stop.
Yeah.
I was like, what the heck?
Right.
Chris the Goat Thompson had another huge game.
Yeah.
8 carries, 38 yards, 6 catches for 150 and a touchdown. This is the running back to own in Washington.
Yeah.
Kelly sat out. Samaje.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's too early to call him a bust, but he's not ready.
No, he's not.
He's not ready.
No.
He's just not to that point. Chris Thompson is a stud.
Oh, yeah.
He is a every week solid flex play, no doubt.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I was very impressed with him. I think the thing that kind of concerned me coming into that game was because the coach talk, they were saying that, they're going to continue to scale back his touches, so on and so forth. And they did. I mean, but he's so explosive. He did the best with what they gave him. And until Pryor and that offense starts, especially receivers, start to pick up, I mean, he's going to be used.
There's a Josh Doxson sighting.
Josh Doxson looked good. He looked pretty good.
On that one play.
Yeah.
I mean, he only needed one.
Hey.
It was like one catch for 50 yards, but a touchdown.
Exactly. I mean,
hey, you never know.
Exactly.
Keep an eye on Josh Doxson.
Yeah.
I wouldn't recommend, selling the farm and going and getting Josh Doxson yet.
No.
But if he's healthy, I mean, in a few weeks, Josh Doxson could be, if Terrell Pryor doesn't get his act together,
yes,
Josh Doxson could take over that role.
Yep. And since we're still speaking about the skins, I mean, Vernon Davis, somebody else you might want to keep an eye on, especially if which Reed is going to continue to be hurt. I mean, it's just
weekly.
It just happens. It is what it is.
That's right.
So
what's weird is we've always talked about how many injuries there have been lately. Wasn't a whole lot of injuries, major injuries. Darren Sproles, out now for the Eagles. He broke like bunches of things, torn ACLs and broken arms, and I mean, he's like in one of those full body casts. Right? So take a look at Wendell Smallwood. Blunt actually got to play this week. I mean, after getting hardly no carries or none at all last week. Blunt was involved this week. Look for Wendell Smallwood to kind of take over that Darren Sproles role. He had 12 carries for 71 yards.
That's not bad.
It's not bad. So, take a look at it. More of a deep option, more than 12 teams. But, I mean, Wendell Smallwood is capable of putting up numbers. He did it a few games last year.
Yeah.
He's not exciting.
No.
But, I mean, who doesn't want to have a dude on their roster named Smallwood?
Exactly.
I mean, you know how many team names you could come up with just by having Smallwood on your roster?
Yeah.
There's a few.
It's a couple.
There's a few. All right, well, those are the waiver wires. One thing we're going to start doing here every week, though, is we're going to give you the WTF Player of the Week.
Yeah.
I mean, we know there's more than one.
Yeah.
I mean, we could probably have a list of 15 here. But we're each going to give one of, one player that you looked at or you watched this weekend or you saw the stat line that just made you go, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Woo. Yeah, there's a few.
Yeah.
Wow, really long sound effects.
Yeah.
All right, Mac, who's your WTF player of the week?
Well, and first I want to start off with saying because he was involved in the putrid game that I...
Nice word.
You like that one?
I do.
Hey, man, I bring one out every week.
Every week. One a week.
I hate these games, man. And no offense to anybody, across the pond, man. I love you guys. But those London games, oh, my God. I don't know if it's because I got to get up early to watch them.
That's part of it.
That's exactly. Especially when we work third shift. But anyway, my what the F player is Mercedes Lewis. Now, first of all, no disrespect. I mean, I don't know of any guys that has the name. Or, that's normally like a stripper name or for a female.
He's been rocking it for years.
He's been rocking it for years. But the dude had 4 receptions, 62 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Anybody that had him in their lineup,
nobody had them.
Exactly. But I'm saying, hey.
Okay, I can't say nobody because you know what's going to happen. If I say nobody had him, there's going to be all these guys coming in saying, oh, yes, I did. And we'll go back and forth. So I'm sure somebody had him.
Right.
But not very many.
No. And I mean, to be honest, like I said, I remember, like doing some research on him because I was just trying to find like little small diamonds in the rough early in the season. But the guy's been in the league for years, and I was like, I don't know if that offense, especially when Blake Bortles was not really.
Even the Ravens didn't know who he was.
Yeah, I mean, it was like, who's this dude?
Yeah, the Ravens had no idea. They totally forgot about him too.
Yeah, but I mean, for some odd reason, man, he remembered how to play. I don't know if he had some crumpets or something, some tea or something over there, and
I don't know.
Something happened.
Maybe we should just ship the Jags to London.
Yeah, they should be the London.
They should be the London Jaguars because they can't play here.
At all.
I mean, they can't. Well, they're either really good or really bad. There's no in between,
and they tend to be really bad.
Yeah, they have a tendency.
But yeah, that's who I had, man, and yeah.
All right, well, this one's gonna be. I mean, I got a couple here, but I talked about the Denver backfield earlier, and I was gonna go C.J. Anderson, but the more I've thought about it here, I'm gonna go with Jordan Howard, and this is also maybe John Fox too.
Yeah,
because all week long Howard's limited. Barely practicing.
Yeah.
May not play. May be out for a few weeks.
Yeah.
All this bad news coming all week. Dude came out for 23 carries, 138 yards, 2 touchdowns, and added 5 catches for 26 yards.
Balled out.
I mean, how do you go from limited and barely practicing to a ridiculously huge workload?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't get it. A lot of the people who had Howard started him because he took such a high pick on him. But
yeah.
I don't think anybody was expecting that.
No. And then for the Tariq corner owners like myself, I was just licking my chops like, all right, man, my dude's going to get like 50 points this week. Not so much.
No, didn't quite get the 50.
No.
Does his value take a hit now?
Tariq's? You know what? I don't think so. Because for one, it was one play at the end of the game. I don't know if you remember, but Howard had a long run that he broke, and I can't remember the Steelers player, but they were closing in on him, and he actually turned so that he would miss that shoulder. So I think it's in his head mentally. I don't know how long he can keep it up, and just favor that side. So my point is, I think Tariq's still going to carve his niche into the offense, and he's still going to he'll be a valuable flex play, I think, every week.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that was my guy. It just irritated me to know that somebody's limited all week and then he comes out and that's John Fox just messing with us fantasy guys.
Yeah.
He gave us the fantasy finger.
The
big foam fantasy finger.
He did.
Yep. All right, guys. Well, that was the waiver wire editions week 4. Put your bids in. Get ready. Scoop some of these guys up.
Yeah.
By all means, hit us up on Twitter, Facebook, whatever you got. Get a hold of us if you want us to help you with your lineup. We can give you some advice on who to probably drop and who to pick up these guys for. Make sure you find us on Facebook. Check out our website.
Yeah.
Get in touch with us. We'd love to hear from you. Please make sure you like, comment, subscribe.
Yes.
These views have been getting bigger and bigger every week.
Yeah.
Subscribers are growing. Smash that like button. Help us out. Get us to the top of the YouTube search because we're trying to get big.
We're trying to do it, baby.
Trying to do it big.
For you guys.
For you guys. Not for us.
That's right.
For y'all.
Exactly.
All right. You guys have a good rest of your week. We'll talk to you later.
All right.
Bye.
Peace.